Affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that everyone can hear. If you'll state your name for the record, please.
Sergeant Matthew Pearson with the San Antonio Police Department.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sergeant Pearson, are you a certified peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been employed with the San Antonio Police Department?
September 11th will be my 16-year mark.
What is your current title and assignment with the San Antonio Police Department?
I'm a sergeant promoted in February. I am currently in the Internal Affairs Unit.
Congratulations. Were you employed as a police officer back in May 2022 with the San Antonio Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your title and assignment then?
I was a detective on the
16 years in the force, years on duty patrols, and now in internal affairs. Sergeant Pearson is no rookie. His resume is designed to impress a jury, but here's the thing. Experience can cut both ways. It makes him credible, but it also makes him responsible. If you've been in crime scene investigations for years, shouldn't your handling of evidence be airtight? Viewers, ask yourself, is this testimony building trust or setting up expectations that may soon crack under pressure?
crime scene investigating unit.
And can you just explain to the jury some of the training and experience or the training that you underwent to become a police officer with SAPD?
In the academy, it's about a little over 9 months. We go through tactics, all kinds of specialized programs as far as family violence. We have to get a peace officer license, which we have to take a test for, but it's about 9.5 months. And then for about 3 to 4 months, you're with another officer training, make sure that you're qualified and good for the community and good for other officers. And then I was on patrol for about 5 years on West Dog Watch. And then I was on the DWI task force for about 6 years. And then I promoted to detective and went to the crime scene investigating unit for about 4 years.
And for the promotional process, what does that entail?
There's a very large amount of information you have to study for. And then the city decides, makes a test over that information. I think it was a little over 1,000 pages worth of information, the general manual policies, penal code, and contract as far as the city.
Okay. And as a detective with the crime scene investigation unit, did you have any specialized training in collecting and preserving evidence?
Yes, I had to go through a 2-week course for UDI school, uniform crime detectives. And then when I went on to CSI, I had further training, and then we had a bi-weekly 10-hour training for several years.
Thank you. Now, I want to turn your attention back to May 22nd of 2022. Do you recall the case number assigned to the case that you were working that day?
The actual case number itself? No, no.
Did you generate a report that reflected your findings?
Yes.
Would it help refresh your memory if you had a copy of that?
Yes.
All right. Can you take a look at that for me?
Yes, ma'am. This is my CSSR. It's a crime scene search report.
Okay. Now you can not read from it, but you are able to refresh your memory. So can you please tell the jury the case number associated with the call that you responded to on May 22nd of 2022?
The case number is going to be SAPD 221082229.
Okay. And on that day,
The detail here matters. A church parking lot, shell casings, a patrol car rolling down a hill. This isn't just scenery. It's the stage where truth and narrative will collide. Remember, every bullet casing has a story, and juries hang on these technical details. But here's the twist. Casings don't always land where you think. So are they proof? Or a puzzle? Comment below. If you were on this jury, would you see these casings as smoking guns or just confusing debris?
were you dispatched to 14335 O'Connor Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78247?
Yes.
Is that location in Bexar County?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall what type of location that was?
I believe it was a church.
Okay. And do you recall why you were dispatched to that location?
I was dispatched for an officer involved shooting.
Can you describe the scene that you encountered upon arrival?
The majority of the scene was in, I believe, the east parking lot of the church. A little bit more towards O'Connor. The patrol vehicle, I believe, was already moved back, or they were getting ready to move it back, and rolled down a hill across O'Connor and into a fence.
All right. Sergeant Pearson, I'm showing you what has been marked as State's Exhibits number 22 and State's Exhibit number 23. Do you recognize these?
Yes, ma'am.
And regarding State's Exhibit number 22, are these what you labeled in your report as E1 and E15?
Yes, number 22 is.
Okay, and regarding State's Exhibit number 23, is that what you labeled in your report as E2 through E14?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how are you able to tell that this is the same evidence that you seized on scene that day?
This package right here, this red tape right here, I have to initial with my badge number and the date that I sealed it. It's the evidence red tape is just to improve the integrity of it, to make sure that it hasn't been tampered with or opened from when it left my possession to the crime lab.
Okay. And does State's Exhibit number 22 contain those same markings as well?
Yes, this red tape right here, this new tape right here has been opened by the crime lab, and they initialed and signed for it that they opened it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to open them up, but just do this. All right. So if you go ahead and open up State's Exhibit number 22 outside the presence of jury, please. Mr. Navy, if you'd like to come inspect.
I've already inspected those.
Go ahead.
Where are we from?
No, go ahead.
So inside this package is my name, initials and badge number, also to prove that this was my package. And then same thing with each individual casing, they're also red taped and initial and badge number and date that they were sealed. And everybody's initial and day they took custody of it and examined it.
And so these items contained in State's Exhibit number 22, do they appear to be in the same form as they were the date that you seized it on scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Your Honor, at this time, the state offers State's Exhibit number 22 into evidence.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, State's Exhibit number 22 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish. Your Honor.
Granted.
All right, and so what we're reviewing here is what you found on scene as E1 and E15, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And now regarding State's Exhibit number 23, if you go ahead and start opening that.
You want all 13 of these?
And regarding State's Exhibit number 23, is that the same thing? It contains each shell casing and individual packaging?
Yes.
And do those individual packages contain your identifying marks on them?
Yes, ma'am. This red tape right here. The lighter red tape is going to be the crime lab.
And after viewing the contents of the individual envelopes contained in State's Exhibit number 23, that contain your identifying marks, after viewing them, do they appear to be in the substantially same form as they were on the date that you seized them?
Yes, ma'am.
Notice how quickly evidence is admitted here. No objections, no pushback. To a casual viewer, that looks routine. But in court, silence can be strategy. The defense may be saving ammunition for a bigger fight, or they could be conceding small battles to win the war. This is courtroom chess, not checkers. Every no objection could be laying the foundation for a brutal cross-examination later. Ever wonder how much is calculated versus careless? That's the game unfolding right in front of us.
Your Honor, at this time, the state offers Exhibit number 23.
All right, State's Exhibit number 23 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Granted. I'm sorry, could I have parties approach just briefly?
Yes, Judge.
Pearson, also while you were on scene, did you create a sketch of the scene?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you just describe to the jury how you go about doing that?
Sketch is basically that's the building picture of the location and measurements from one point to another. So if we ever have to go back to the scene to try to recreate it, we would have the approximate location where it should be.
Now I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 24. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you create that document?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of your findings on scene?
Yes, ma'am. There's two different sketches there. One of the front parking lot and one of the back towards the playground.
Okay. I'm tendering State's Exhibit number 24 to defense for inspection and offering the same.
No objection.
All right, State's Exhibit number 24 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish.
Granted.
All right, Sergeant Pearson. So if you can just explain to the jury, and you can see the camera, but
The first top number is going to be the case number, followed by the incident number, and then the date, location, and then this is the district, the service area for police response, and then OIS is the offense.
And so then if I move that down, can you explain what you depicted on your sketch?
This is that drive and the parking lot. The entryway is over here. This is the
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
sorry.
Your Honor, may you have permission to come down?
Yes. And defense, you can move about if you need to move about to see certain things as well.
I've got it.
All right.
all right. So if you could just explain to the jury what we are viewing in your sketch.
All right, this is the building, the corner of the building. This is that driveway that comes up to the main entry of the church. The shell casings up here are at the top of the hill, 15 and 1 are towards the start of the slope down towards O'Connor. And then there's 2 trees and a light pole right here at the entryway. And then that was that random vehicle that was parked in the handicap spot. But we put the license plate number just in case it has any involvement. And then this is the north or the parking lot towards O'Connor. This area right here is the parking lot. And O'Connor's right over here.
We pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Sergeant Pearson. On defendant's exhibit, and if I could get the I'm sorry, I'm back on
Oh, yeah.
with the last exhibit sketch. So this is page 2 of your report, correct?
I believe so. The first page should be the actual sketch. Second one is going to be measurements.
Okay. Does that indicate page 2 of 5?
Yes.
Okay. And I just want to have a little bit of help understanding this. So the measurements you label, I'm sorry. All right. You label one column over here as A, correct?
Correct.
And then this one as B.
Correct.
And then you have various numbers of feet in the A column.
Yes, sir.
And then same thing with the B column.
Correct.
And then you have an E
Yes.
in the A column. Does that indicate a certain number of feet east of A?
Yes. So if a wall is A, it's going to be 51.5 feet east of A.
And then this would be, the B column would be, are those S's?
Yeah, it's going to be south of the B wall.
Okay. And so this is A, so you're saying it says front wall, correct?
Correct.
So you're saying east of A is the measurement.
Correct.
Correct. And so we have on E1, 51.5 feet east of A, which is right here.
So can I see that up close? Sorry.
Sure.
Oh, you can step down.
Oh, okay.
And so, Sergeant, you said that on this date you were working as a crime scene investigator, correct?
Correct.
And you stated that you don't do walkthroughs with a body camera, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You actually have a separate camera that they issue you to do these with.
We have them at the CSI unit room, and we only go get them for major incidents. It was basically it's limited to either ag assault, murder, capital murder, or usually officer involved shootings or in custody deaths. That's usually when we report.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just photos.
Fair to say, for the most serious types of cases,
Right.
this camera.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? Okay. And even though, so body cameras are capable of taking accurate recordings of what's going on, correct?
Yes, with body camera, well, with video, we try to get a little overall 360. And then medium, close range, that's why we zoom all the way in, so you can show that it's the same evidence item. With body camera, you would literally have to take it off and
Sure,
unless you want to get on the ground and do a push-up or something.
I understand. So the policy is not to do that, but to get these cameras that are only reserved for the
Correct.
those serious types of cases. And are you aware that certain cameras can perform better in low light conditions than others?
Yes,
Certain cameras will only need a minimal amount of light to then create a more visible picture, correct?
yes, it is possible.
Correct. Are you an expert in the various technical capabilities of different cameras?
No, sir.
Okay, so you wouldn't be able to go in great depth and explain all that.
No, sir.
And I know that in your sketch, you did measure various distances of shell casings, correct?
Correct.
However, it is not the sketch itself is not to scale, correct?
Correct.
And it states that on the bottom of the sketch.
Yes.
So this is not
Not
everything
perfect.
is not measured out. It's basically the best you can do to try to pinpoint the different locations of the shell casings, correct?
Correct.
And you would agree that the locations of shells are not always a perfect indicator of where that shot was fired, correct?
Correct.
For instance, numbers E2 through 14, those were all the 40 caliber casings, correct?
Yes, sir.
Believed to be fired by Officer Imes.
I do not recall the exact officer that shot that day.
And it's fair to say that those are still spread virtually it looks like most of the entire width of that road.
Correct.
Different things can affect where shell casings end up.
Yes.
They can bounce in different directions.
This is where science meets uncertainty. Shell casings bouncing, vehicles moving, angles shifting. Suddenly, the exact truth looks less exact. The defense is pulling threads here, trying to unravel the state's neat little picture. And it works, because reasonable doubt doesn't need to prove innocence. It just needs to muddy the water. If justice is supposed to be black and white, moments like this show it's really painted in shades of gray. Would you still be confident in the shades of gray? Would you still be confident in the state's version of events?
Depending on the look, and I'm sorry, you have to answer.
Yes.
Depending on the direction that you're shooting, that will also affect where they end up, correct?
Correct.
If a firearm has a slide that's located, an ejection port that's located on the right side of the firearm, typically the shell casing will eject back into the right, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so obviously if you start shooting in one direction and then alter the direction, that can affect the different locations of shells.
Many different things can affect the direction of the shell.
Such as being struck by a vehicle, by a wheel. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to keep speaking. I don't want to interrupt.
Okay. And such as a wheel,
Yes, sir.
if a vehicle is in motion, it could hit part of that vehicle and land in a different area that's not representative of where that shot was fired.
Correct.
I'll pass the witness.
No further questions.
All right, is this witness excused?
By the state, yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right, if you'll make sure that the exhibits are left with the court reporter, please. And your microphone. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
All right, you can lower your hand, have a seat, and if you'll put the square microphone somewhere on your shirt, it's so that the court reporter can hear. No. The square silver one.
Oh, that's like, this was great.
All right, if you'll keep your voice up so that everyone can hear, and if you'll state your name for the record.
It's Officer Brian Christensen with the San Antonio Police Department.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Officer Christensen, you work for the San Antonio Police Department. Currently, to this date, how long have you worked for the San Antonio Police Department?
17 years.
And so you had to go through certain training and certain educational training to become a police officer, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you just briefly tell the jury what type of training and experiences you had to go through?
Be the standard police academy that we have, followed by another year of doing ride-alongs, your probationary period where you work under an FTO, make sure that you know what you're doing, and then every year you're still required to do a certain amount of continuing education.
And so are you a Texas certified peace officer?
Yes, sir.
And on May 22nd, 2022, were you employed with the San Antonio Police Department at that time?
Yes, sir.
And were you dispatched to an area in San Antonio, Texas for a shooting?
Not initially. I was going over there to see if they just needed help.
And so when you got to the scene, what were your duties at the scene?
Initially, I didn't make the scene. They'd asked for someone to look for a firearm that may have been thrown from the vehicle.
And where were you asked to look for this firearm?
In the area near where the shooting occurred.
And let me go ahead and show you state exhibit number 25. And are you familiar with state exhibit number 25?
Yes, sir.
And what is state exhibit number 25?
It looks to be a map of the area where the shooting occurred, and then the where the final scene ended up with the officers set up around the house.
And this particular map, this overview, is this the area that you were asked to assist?
Yes.
And we see on there that there's some highlighted portions on there.
Mhm.
Starting from the right, going to the left, the highlighted portion on your right side of this map, what does that indicate?
On the right side over here is the church parking lot, and then in the middle would be where the road ends. Then a little cul-de-sac. There's a drop off, and then the final mark would be where the house was.
And what house is that?
Where the individual's car was located.
Okay. And this fairly inaccurate represents the area that you searched that day
Yes.
and that you were in that area on May 22nd, 2022.
Yes, sir.
And this is in Bexar County, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Judge, at this time, we'll tender the defense for any objections. State exhibit number 25, offering state exhibit number 25.
No objection.
All right, state's exhibit number 25 is admitted without objection.
Hey, publish it to the jury, Your Honor.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and zoom in on section here. That is, you said a highlighted portion that is to the right. On this particular map right now, it looks like there's an intersection here of a Viewcrest Road and O'Connor Road. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that highlighted portion is, to your knowledge, is it generally where the initial scene happened, where a shooting occurred?
Yeah, it was a parking lot for the church.
Okay. And if we look on this map, you can tell that there looks like there's a entrance and another entrance exits to the parking lots here and also here. Is that correct?
Yes.
One's on O'Connor Road and then one is on Viewcrest Road. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were asked to come to this scene or this area, you were asked to look for what?
A firearm that may have been thrown out of a vehicle.
And so, do you remember what time roughly that you arrived at the scene?
I know the sun had come up, so it was easier. I mean, at night they couldn't look for it, but once the sun had come up, that's when they were asking people to look for it.
So you're there during the day. This happened. The actual shooting happened at nighttime or at dark.
Yes.
Okay. So you arrived at this area, and then I'm going to go ahead and move the map of state exhibit number 25 and go down Viewcrest. And there's another highlighted portion there. And can you tell the jury this highlighted portion area?
So in that area where you can see where the road stops, that's a cul-de-sac, and you can see
Right
tire. Yes, and there were some faint tire tracks there, but I also ended up finding somebody that had a video of that area. And then on the other side, there's a drop off at the end of the road, and there were car parts.
Okay. And so I hear you saying some car parts and some individual about video. Let's just sort of break that down for the jury. Did you end up speaking to somebody in this area right here, that cul-de-sac, about a video they may have from their house?
Yes.
And I know that you have a report in front of you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that a copy of your report that you made for this particular
Yeah.
case?
This would be a copy of the supplement.
And can you just please tell me what the SAPD number associated with this case is?
It's going to be SAPD 2210 8229.
Thank you. And does it indicate the individual that you spoke with that day about the video?
Yes,
And who was that individual?
it
Or
was
what?
Mr. Salazar.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Salazar.
Mr. Salazar. And is that at Xavier Salazar?
Yes.
And does it also list his address?
It's 4818 Viewcrest Road.
And now you spoke with that individual, but did you ever view a video or any type of video that he had?
No, as I recall, he couldn't access it because he didn't have the security code, if I remember right.
And did you give this information to the detective that was in charge of the case to follow up on?
Yes, I put it in my supplement.
Okay. Now, when you speak to him and then you proceed to this cul-de-sac area, the dead end area, and I believe you stated that you saw some things there. Can you please tell the jury what you saw in that area around that dead end?
So it looked like tire tracks, and you can see where the grass had something had gone through the grass, and then on the other side of the wall, it's like what it would have been like up to my waist, so probably like 4 or 5 foot hollow drop off, and then on the other side there was just car parts on the street.
And well, let me show you state exhibit number 26 through 32. And if you just go through those and then let me know when you're done. Well, easier.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in each of these are photographs that were, what were these photographs of?
The car parts out there, the roadway, the cul-de-sac,
Mhm.
and then I believe one of the measurements for the size of the park.
Okay. And these are photos that you didn't take these photos, did you?
No, CSI did.
But you were out there when these photos were taken?
Yes.
And do these photos fairly and accurately represent the scene that day?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, the state would be offering state exhibit number 26 through 32. Will tender to defense for any objections.
No objections.
All right, states exhibits 26 through 32 is admitted without objection.
All right. And Judge, may I publish?
Yes,
All right. State exhibit number 26, is this that cul-de-sac area?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then I'm going to show you what's marked state exhibit number 27. Bit here. It's sort of hard to see on this overhead projector,
Yeah.
but what is that showing?
Of the path the car took before it dropped down into this would have been the Higgins Road next to it.
Now, this road right here, do you know what that road is?
That'd be Higgins Road.
Okay. State exhibit number 28. What is this showing?
That's the drop off and then one of the car parts.
And this is the car parts you're speaking of right here?
Yes.
State exhibit number 29. I guess that's just a same photo that's higher up.
I believe damage to the wall, if I remember right, and then where you can see the impact in the grass.
Okay. State exhibit number 30.
Just car parts.
And that's showing that out of state exhibit number 29 on that wall there, that chip of the wall. Is
I
that?
believe so, yes.
I'm sorry?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And then state exhibit number 31.
Looks like part of the tire from the vehicle.
And that's on that wall, is that correct?
Yes.
And then state exhibit number 32.
It's a part from a Nissan. You can see in the top left, it's got a Nissan on it.
Just what you're indicating here.
Yes.
Going back to state exhibit number 25. The portion that we were looking at, that cul-de-sac is right here, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that street Higgins is right here.
Correct.
And on this map, this street that leads over this area over in this other neighborhood, what is the name of that street?
The Bellcrest.
And Belcrest leads down and intersects, what street name is this?
Buckmore.
And then it leads to this other highlighted portion here that you spoke to the jury about earlier, that you indicated that was the house where the vehicle was found. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, Was there a CSI? Did the CSI come to the scene and collect the things from this scene also?
Yes, she did.
And that's the individual that would have taken these pictures.
Yes, sir.
After this particular scene, did you ever find a weapon or a firearm? Did you find any other things of evidence like shell casings or anything else?
No.
So the only thing that you found, or what you'd already testified to about the photograph, these photos, and also about the car parts.
Yes.
And of course, you talked to Xavier Salazar.
Yes.
And then, did you ever make another scene associated with this case?
After that, I believe they got a tip on where he might be, and they went to an apartment complex. They found people there. I believe they found him as well. And they needed people to transport witnesses from that scene to homicide, and then transporting them back.
And so, after this, you assisted with just transportation of individuals.
Yes, and then I believe they left the key at homicide, so I had to go back, get the key, bring somebody back, and then get the copy of the warrant as well.
Did a lot of driving that day,
Yes.
to say the least. Okay. So really in that part, you were just more so assisting with just logistics of taking people one place, taking them to another, then also picking up an apartment key and taking it back to the individual that lived in the apartment.
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't interview anybody associated with the case, and that's not really your duties. Is that correct?
Yeah, no.
Okay, that would be up to the detectives.
Yes.
Judge, at this time, we'll pass the witness.
Everyone's looking at Judge?
Yes.
Thank you. Officer, I'm going to show you what I've marked as Defendant's Exhibit 75.
Mhm.
If you could take a look at this and let me know if you recognize that.
It looks like a color version of the same map.
Okay, Google Earth version of the same map, basically? Okay. Does it appear to be a fair and accurate representation?
As far as I can tell, yeah.
Okay. Judge Tender, Defendant's Exhibit 75 and offering evidence?
No,
Any objection?
no objections.
All right, defense exhibit number 75 is admitted without objection. And you may step down if you need to step down to point to things on the map.
Could you let me know if you can see this or if it's a little
Yeah,
too...
this one's terrible, but yeah, I can see it on that one fine.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, it goes good.
Great school all over.
Figuring out how to use this. Okay. Okay. And so you stated that in Defendant's Exhibit 75, this appears to be an accurate overhead depiction of the areas that you were involved in this case. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you stated that Viewcrest, let me see here.
You're right there.
Is this street Viewcrest right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Viewcrest does not outlet onto Higgins Road.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And now the street beyond Viewcrest, what street is this?
The one next to it, that looks like Santa Gertrude.
Let's see.
Gertrudis?
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. For the court reporter, could you spell that, please?
Oh.
Here we go.
Santa and then Gertrudis.
Thank you.
Okay. Now does Santa Gertrudis Street intersect with O'Connor Road?
Yes.
Okay, so if you were traveling north on O'Connor Road, you could turn left on Santa Gertrudis Street.
Yes.
Okay. Are you familiar what this building is at the corner of that intersection? And if you're not, it's okay. I don't want you to guess.
I believe it's another church.
Okay. And then beyond that church, does there appear to be a mostly open area? No other structures that we can see immediately in this photo.
Believe at the time, yes.
Okay. And now, as opposed to Viewcrest, Santa Gertrudis does have an outlet back onto Higgins Road, correct?
Yeah, it's a straight shot.
Okay. And then once you're back on Higgins, if you wanted to get back to that house, you said you could still turn on Bellcrest, correct?
Yeah, Bellcrest is the main drive into the
And
neighborhood.
then to Buckmore, and that's where the suspect vehicle was located.
Correct.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Any redirect?
Can I just have one moment, Judge?
Yes.
Looking at defense exhibit number 75. There we go. A little bit better. Looking at this portion here, This is that church parking lot that the shooting happened. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then this is Viewcrest right here.
Mhm.
And that leads to that dead end. Is that right?
Yes.
This, what I think you said you believe is a church, this area right here. Is that correct?
Yes.
On here, does it look like, is that a parking lot there? Or do you know what that is?
I believe it's a parking lot. Yes.
Okay. And I wonder, does any of this exit to Santa Gertrude? Is there an exit on this area?
No, I believe maybe I'm looking at that right here. There's in between the two buildings, there is a driveway through there, but I'm not 100%, but I think there is a driveway that cuts through there.
But in between two buildings?
Yes.
Okay. No, we'll pass the witness, John.
Pass witness.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, John.
All right, you may step down. Make sure you leave the microphone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you all a short recess at this point. There are a couple of cases that I need to take up. It is unrelated to this case. And also someone is supposed to change out the chairs that we have over there for you. Hopefully they will be more comfortable. I'll let you be the judge of that. Everyone, please rise for the jurors. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 002405 State versus Ricardo Vargas. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Garrett here for the state.
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Vargas.
And are you Mr. Vargas? All right, do you have any objection to your counsel appearing by Zoom? All right, counsel, did you receive all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor. Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Vargas, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
It appears that you're proceeding on count 2 only. Is that correct?
Yes.
Any objection to the waiver of count 1?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Vargas, did you review the court admonishments and admissions with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand the state is proceeding on count 2? That's possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication will revoke, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, yes.
Mr. Vargas, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
That is correct, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No motions, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 6 years. There be 200 hours of community service restitution, a TAP evaluation, the MRT course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to count two, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. Exhibit number 1 with all dispatchments.
We reviewed that, Your Honor. We have no objection.
All right, state you may be excused.
Judge.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor, going to waive PSI. We would only ask the court, Mr. Vargas is court appointed. I don't know if the court would be willing to probate any of that fine.
All right. So, Mr. Vargas, how old are you? Are you employed? What do you do?
Sales of all our businesses to make a donation for a student literacy program.
Do you have any children?
I do.
What are their ages? All right. Do you have contact with them?
Yeah.
All right. So how often have you been using?
I was using pretty often whenever, because my mom passed away, so like it was like kind of like that's how it happened. But I actually stopped on the 1st of January.
So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Yeah, no, I won't be dirty. I have I've been going to classes and stuff.
How often have you been going to classes?
Not very often, but I mean I've started and
See,
but I mean like I have everyone that I work with is actually in like they're in I guess you know, not using stuff, they're going to classes, they're living in sober living houses and I mean I just really don't have any walk to you because I mean it's like really the life that I'm trying to live and it was just like a mistake, misjudgment on my end.
All right, not mistake. We're making choices here, right? Because I read the police report. In the police report, they saw your cell phone, and in your cell phone, you were asking somebody if they wanted to come smoke. So these were choices that you were making. So you need to figure out the reason you're making the choices that you're making and do a course correction, because otherwise you're looking at potentially 20 years in the prison. Now, if you have a drug or alcohol problem, I will give you programs that will perhaps help you with this. All right, you understand?
I did have a problem, but like I mean, this was like a year and a half ago, and so like I mean, I just thought that I definitely like had time to realize that get myself out of it. Luckily,
all right, I'm gonna have you drug tested today. Ms. Abrams, can you call and see if they can have him drug tested today? All right, there's a $2,000 fine. It's going to be probated, 6 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. There's going to be a TAP evaluation out of custody if you're negative. If you're positive, then you're going to come back to this court and you're going to do the TAP evaluation in custody. Do you understand? Oh, that means that what's going to end up happening is you're going to leave from this courtroom. You're going to do a UA. There are people who will test you today. And if you are positive, you're going to come back here. You're going to go in custody and they're going to do the TAP evaluation in custody. Well, I mean, what is your results going to be? All right. So why didn't you just say that in the beginning? Well, no, I mean, here's the thing. I ask these questions, and the reason why I ask these questions normally is to see where you are in the phase of your sobriety. And so you're not sober at all. The AA meetings, the NA meetings that you're doing, you're not actively participating in them, because if you felt like you were going to use, that's when you use your tools, you pick up the phone and you call your sponsor or you go to an AA meeting, right? So what will you be positive for? And what else? All right. So how often are you using? Court is calling 2025 CR 003678, State versus Isaac Joel Valles. Could I have parties announced? And are you Mr. Valles? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Mr. Valles, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment? State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay, counsel. He doesn't have a right to appeal, but he also waives his right to appeal in the,
Check the wrong block.
well, you cross that out. Okay. So, Mr. Valle, did you review the court admonishments? Oh, if you can just grab another one.
Yeah.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it, sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with evading arrest, detention, or vehicle. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I did.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Aye.
Mr. Valles, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page? With your attorney, did you understand that? According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. This will run concurrently with a misdemeanor case, UCW. The state will take in consideration 2024 PF 28380 and 2024 CR 008616. Does anyone know the case number to the case that this is running concurrently with?
It's a,
It should be on the
It should
docket,
be on
sheet,
the,
but I don't know what my docket is.
C733080.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
CC733080.
Thank you. So that will run concurrent with CC 733080. Any objection to the court writing in the cause number?
no objection.
All right. So you understood that to be the plea? Defense is that the plea?
It is.
State,
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No motion.
All right, outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence? Did you review the state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Mother's here, I've got to know her.
Mhm.
What can I say? It's hard work. He works for a family business.
Mhm.
He's there all the time. He's a master mechanic. He learned from his dad.
Mhm.
And it's that lack of work is the number one indicator of mischief.
Mhm.
So I think we have that going. But he also has problems to do things.
Okay. So what are you going to be positive for? All right. How often are you using? And how much is it now? All right. Do you have any children? That's a good thing because you're not ready for that yet. So, who is the person that you love most in this world? All right. So, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes people can't stop using, right, for themselves. You're really supposed to do it for yourself. But I always tell people if you can't stop using for yourself, then stop using for your parents. All right. Because I'm sure that's breaking your mom's heart. I'm sure that's breaking your dad's heart. Right. And I'm going to tell you what I told the person before me. Only one or two things going to end up happening if you continue to use. Either you're going to be in and out of jail, in and out of prison, or either your parents are going to be the ones who have to identify you. Do you understand? So you're going to have to follow these conditions. I'm going to let you do your TAP evaluation out of custody because you were honest with the court, but you cannot use. You understand? Because the last time you use may be the last time you use. So what are you doing with your life right now? What are your work hours?
Fine.
All right. And who are you hanging around with? So whoever you're hanging around with that's causing you to use, and I say causing you to use, I say that loosely, but sometimes when you're around certain people, when they tolerate certain things and don't try to check you and say, this is not the right thing to do, you're going to have to cut them loose. With drugs, you have to change people, places, and things. So anyone who is not with you on your path of sobriety, you're going to have to leave them behind because you're not in a phase in your life where you can stop, using yourself. So you can't help anybody yet. You understand? All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's going to be 6 years deferred adjudication. If you show me something, I'll consider releasing you early. You understand? This is going to run concurrent with CC 733080, taking consideration 2024 CR 008616, 2024 PF 28380. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And that may change once you have proven to me that you can be clean and sober. The reason why I put that there is because I don't want you to have a bad influence on any minors. You understand? There's going to be a $2,000 fine that will be probated, 200 hours of community service restitution. So, are you certified as a mechanic? All right. It's 200 hours community service restitution. If you obtain some sort of trade school certification in whatever field you want, or some sort of higher level of education, the court will deem the 200 hours of community service restitution satisfied. So it's up to you. Do you want to be working in the San Antonio heat, or do you want to be bettering yourself? And I consider when people are on probation here, if they better themselves, that's service to the community. There's going to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. I'm going to make you take the aggressive driving course. There's to be a TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court out of custody. You need to be 100% honest with felony drug court. You understand? It's a good program. It's a hard program, but they'll be able to help you. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Because it's plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Mom, in this court, when people are placed on probation, I want them to be successful. Yes. So this is what I can tell you. In this court, everybody's agreed that they want him deferred. So everybody wants him to be successful in life. I want him to be successful in life. I don't want to have to see him for a motion to revoke. I don't want to have to potentially send him to prison. So in order for him to be successful on probation, he has to stay on the straight and narrow, and communication is key. If you see where he's falling off or venturing off, call probation. The defense will tell you that what I usually do when somebody falls off, it's sort of like they're getting too close to the line and they're not doing well. I'll set it for a compliance hearing, and I'll try to redirect them, change the course, but we'll give them that chance here. You understand? So if you see something is going wrong with him, let your attorney know, let probation know, so we can see what we can do to help him. Okay? And is there anything else he needs other than what I've ordered for him? Does he need a curfew with you? All right. All right. When do you want his curfew at? When do you want him in the house? All right. When you live with your parents, you live by your parents' rules. We're back on the record. And Isaac Valles, he has a curfew of midnight. So you need to be in the house all the time at 12 a.m. And here's the thing, we're off the record. Nothing good happens after midnight. If you're still up after midnight, that means you have insomnia, or either you're getting into trouble. All right? Thank you for telling me that, Mom. And if there's something else you need, just let probation know. And your mom is trying to help you. And if you think there's somebody he shouldn't be hanging around, let us know that too, because I'll put a no contact order in there. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. All right. So Norma, the people who are not here are Walter Miranda and Vanessa Rubio. So we'll take that up on a different date. All right. If you'll give me the dates for those two.
Are we done for right now?
Yes.
Just gonna get some water and go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Does anyone need to use the restroom? Now's the time, because I'm going to bring the jury back in no later than 3:30.
Judge Boyd doesn't waste words. Pragmatic, sharp, but still oddly human. When she warns, nothing good happens after midnight. It lands like both a parental lecture and a judicial decree. That's what makes this courtroom drama so compelling. It's not just law, it's life. Careers, reputations, freedom, all balanced on testimony, tape, and tone. If this explosive trial moment stunned you like it did us, smash that like button, drop your verdict in the comments, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns every week.